The Wexford Motor Club returned to Carrick-on-Bannow for round 3 of the Naylor Engineering National Hillclimb and Sprint Championship. "52 competitors would make the start with a good mix of local and championship entrants. The event was blessed with dry weather despite threatening showers nearby. Local driver Martin Flanagan drifted his M3 into 10th position, just holding off Seamus Morris's sleek Darian for the unlimited rally class win. Gary Cunningham blazed a trail to 9th overall, collecting the trophy for the sports car class. Paul O'Connell's Norma was sidelined when it broke a CV joint off the start on the practice run. Cruel luck for O'Connell, there wasn't a spare in the country, highlighting the difficulty of running something new on the island. Peter Cummins streaked to a win in the 3 litre Rally Class 9 and 8th overall, adding to his impressive result in Clare. There was a great contest between the two very different Reynards of John Donnelly and Russell Stanworth. Russell in Libra Class 7 led initially, but John put in a fine time in the older Class 6 car to lead by a second and a half after run 2. Stanworth replied with his best time of the day on run 3 for 5th overall, while Donnelly would close to within half a second for 3rd in the super single-seater category. Rory Stevens' progress throughout the day was held up by gear selection issues. He put the Radical 4th overall and 2nd in Class 7. For the two new lads in single-seaters, there was a great competition between them. Billy White led initially, while Gary Egan played himself in a bit more gently than at the opening rounds. Billy found out that the Formula Renault doesn't go through the cones as well as the Cento, but reached 7th overall as he did in Ballinallacan. Gary really found his form, achieving 3rd overall by the end of the day. Having a much better weekend this weekend, Jar.
Yeah, it's going a lot better, right? With no spins. The objective this weekend was just bring it home in one piece, so it seems to be going that way so far. So.
You're doing a bit more than that. You're in 3rd place, aren't you?
The last time I looked it was, yeah. Just a neat and tidy run, so it all came together.
Round 1 winner Robert Dwane had a mechanical problem in practice and missed run 1 repairing it, and found himself playing catch-up all day. Round 2 winner Joe Courtney held a consistent lead over the first 3 runs, with Rob closing after each. The 1600 saloon class is looking like a civic amenity at the moment, the entry dominated by Hondas. The class is now also open to roadsters such as MX-5s. Tommy Gardner and Joseph Clifford had close engagement. Clifford led for 2 runs until Gardner took the lead on run 3. Joseph responded on the final run to take 3rd in the class. Tony Banville was 2nd, chasing a bunch of Class 8 Civics. The quickest in the class was Willie Barrett, who was fast enough to lead those Class 8 cars too. Alan Drew was sitting out Wexford, most likely saving his car for the trip to France a week later. Aisling Power shook down her new car at the next round on Sunday. Ben O'Brien was 13th overall, a cherished number for the owner of the borrowed M3, Dennis Hogan. Ben took Class 3B from Peter McKinley, who didn't find the Turbo Sierra Cosworth to his liking. Perhaps they suited him better as a road car. Dara Fay continues to impress with high overall results, winning in the Bantam Saloon class Suzuki Swift again. Fastest on scratch time in his Star Class 4 was John Farrell in the Mark 1 Escort. The class always attracts some beautiful cars. Ed Cassidy was out again in the Iona Special, a car with a particular Irish importance. Ed Cassidy, you have your Iona Special with you this weekend.
I have indeed, yeah, the original and the genuine one, yes.
Can you tell us a bit of the history of the car, please?
Well, it was bought by Malcolm MacArthur in 1934, I think, and then Pierce Cahill bought it in 1936 and raced it quite extensively. And then during the war, he had the Iona Engineering Works, he owned that, and they rebuilt this car, rebodied it and built it. So then he raced it then from after the war till 54. When he sold it, it was a ward of court because the owner died. But I put in a bid for it and I got an email back to say that my bid was accepted. And the next day I got another email that said the judge had changed his mind. 6 months later I saw it advertised and it says I'm not losing it this time. So I actually flew it back to Manchester and got it home. Yeah.
And you'd actually started building a replica of it at that stage, hadn't you?
Yes, I bought an MG and I built a replica from photographs. A friend of mine built a replica from photographs and it was 3/4 finished when I got this one, so I said I might as well finish it.
And were you close with the replica when you actually saw the real thing?
They're practically identical.
Yeah.
Yeah, practically identical. You know, if you didn't see them together, you wouldn't know the difference.
And what sort of events did it do in Ireland in that era?
He did in the Scary Hillclimb, he did the Dwane races, he raced in the Curragh, the short circuit and the long circuit, and he raced in the Phoenix Park. So he did a hell of a lot of events.
So it's a nice piece of Irish motorsport history preserved now.
I have that much history of the car, you know, and events and programs as well, so he did quite a lot.
So what sort of engine does it have?
Oh, it's the original 1936 engine. It's 6-cylinder, it's only 1081cc. I've just had it rebuilt, and this is its first outing since the rebuild, so we'll see how it goes.
Tanya Fortune took the class win in Super Saloon Class 3A in her Honda Civic Type R, probably the most modern car on the hill. John Whitley finally had some competition in Class 5 from Michael Nicholson's V, but maintaining his winning run. It was great to see Georgie Bell back on the hills and on form, winning the very competitive 2 litre Class 8 from local driver David Byrne in a hard-driven Vauxhall Nova. Speaking of hard-driving locals, Brian Kerwin was giving it everything in the Centos to win his home round. He led for 3 runs while Damien Walsh and Danny HERLIHY fought extremely close for second position. Damien and Danny, after run 3 there, just 0.02 of a second between you. That's close.
That's right, yeah. Tis been running close all day, really, I suppose. The competition has been very good, really, to be fair, you know. Danny and myself were kind of biting away at each other there all day, so tis good, like, you know.
How did that last run feel, Danny?
I thought it was good. A lot cleaner, I think, than the other previous runs, but we'll see now when the timesheets come out and go from there.
And yourself, Mr. Last Run Wonder?
No, I had a good clean run on the last one, alright, but I'd say there's nothing special about the time going to come out of it. I'd say it'll probably stay where it is now, I'd say, you know. That's the feeling anyway, you know. But look, you don't ever know until we get to the last time there on the timesheets, but I'd say, you know, that it should be fairly well settled for today. Yeah, hopefully, you know, yeah.
That was your first win in Clare, wasn't it, a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah, it was the first one.
And how long have you been actually doing this now?
This will be my 3rd season to do. I don't know, all last year. I didn't do every one of the rounds the year before, but all last year and this year, so see how we go.
It's game on for 2017, is it?
So yeah, it's looking that way.
He's getting up to speed now with the cheating like the last weekend. No, he's all
I still have a long way to go.
The new mods done, so yeah.
And what about Brian Kerwin today? Unbelievable.
Brian, fair play to Brian. Look, he's always there and he's always trying, and you know, he deserves to be at the top of the timesheets as well too. Like, he put in a great effort today, you know.
Danny, no doubt haunted by Damien's frequent last run form, did a staggering time at the end of the day to take the class win from a heartbroken Kerwin, who has proven he can take the fight to the best of them. We caught up with the event leaders Joe Courtney and Robert Dwane just before their final runs. So how are you finding it out there?
It's quick. It's quick. It's a bit bumpy now, and it's the long straight up at the end is quite off camber either side. So you just need to be awake whatever you're doing. And I know it's nice hill now, in fairness. The bottom section is quite technical, and there's 2 nice bumps to wake you up before the bridge. But no, it's a nice enough hill now, in fairness.
What was your problem this morning? It sounded like the clutch was slipping or something.
Exactly, the clutch was slipping. The slave cylinder just wasn't releasing fully. Well, we got it sorted. We missed a run in the meantime, but sure, look, we got it sorted, and I don't know, we're still running anyway. So
you're playing catch up a bit?
Playing catch up, yeah. If you'd slow down a small bit now to suit us a bit now, but look, it's all a bit of crack.
So Joe, you'll make the most of that. You'll keep running, will you?
Yeah, that's it. Like, it's. You know, Robert's doing well there, you know, to be in that time, because it's a quick hill, you know, it really is, and some fast corners down there, you know, so yeah, there's more time in it now. See, 4th run, you know.
That's what you both have to say anyway, isn't it?
Yeah.
Enjoy it, lads. It's nice to see a good clean competition like that.
Thanks, Tim.
Thank you. See you later.
In the end, Joe found that extra time, while Rob would be keen to make a strong start on round 4 the next day, on a modified version of the same course.